Welcome, dear students. This is your social class. This is the first video of lesson 2 Civics, Citizens and Citizenship. So, we are going to start a new lesson today. Lesson 2. So, let's start the lesson from the introduction. So, introduction. Civic. What is civic? Civics is the study of government. So, what is civic? Civic is the study of government. The word citizen is derived from Latin word civic, civis. Okay, the word citizen is derived from which word? Latin word civis. Which means resident of a city-state of ancient Rome. So, what is civis? Civis is nothing but resident of a city-state of ancient Rome. That is the meaning of civis, which is the Latin word. Okay. After the disappearance of city-state system, it has been used to mean a member of the state. So there was a system called city-state system. Okay. After that system got disappeared, it has been used to mean a member of the state. So the citizen of a state enjoy full civil and political rights. So what the citizen is enjoying? The citizen is enjoying full civil and political rights. Next, we'll see what is citizen and citizenship. So, citizen is a person of a country who is entitled to enjoy all the legal rights and privileges granted by a state and is obligated to obey its laws and to fulfill its duties. So, who is citizen? A citizen is a person of a country. We are the citizen of this country. Okay, we are entitled to enjoy all the legal rights and privileges which is guaranteed by our state, and we are obligated to obey the laws and fulfill our duties. This is what citizens meaning. Got it? This one you may get in short answer. Okay, so citizen, who is citizen? Citizen is a person of a country who is entitled to enjoy all the legal rights and privileges which is guaranteed by a state and is obligated to obey its laws and to fulfill its duties. Next, citizenship. So next one is what? Citizenship. Citizenship is the status given to the citizen which provide them the right to legally live in a country as long as they want. So what is citizenship? Citizenship is a status. Okay, that is a status given to each and every citizen of our country, which is provided legally. Okay, legally by the government, that they are giving permission for us. Okay, legally they are giving permission for us to live in our country as long we can live. Okay, that is called as what? Citizenship. We are the citizen of India. We have or we owe the citizenship of our Indian country. Got it? Hope you have got clear with citizen and citizenship. Next. Next one. Yes. Do you know? So, Indian Citizenship Act 1955. This act is to provide for the acquisition and termination of Indian citizenship. So, Indian Citizenship Act 1955. We have this in your short answer. So what does this Indian Citizenship Act says? This act is to provide for the acquisition. What is acquisition? Acquiring, an act of acquiring something or getting something. Okay. It provides for the acquisition and termination of Indian citizenship. Okay, so this is Indian Citizenship Act 1955. Next, acquisition of citizenship. What is acquisition of citizenship? Just now we saw what is acquisition, nothing but getting something. Okay, an act of acquiring something is called as acquisition. Okay, acquisition of citizenship. The Citizenship Act of 1955 prescribes 5 ways of acquiring citizenship. How many ways? 5 ways. They are by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization, and by incorporation of territory. So these are the 5 ways of acquiring citizenship. So now we are going to learn these 5 ways of acquiring citizenship in brief. So first one is what? By birth. What is by birth? Yes. Just a minute. Okay. A person born in India on or after 26th January, on or after 26th January 1950, but before 1st July of 1987, as a citizen of India by birth, irrespective of the nationality of his parents. Okay, a person born in India on or after 26th January 1950, on or after which year? 1950, 26th January, and before 1st July 1987, as the citizen of India by birth, irrespective of the nationality of his parents. Next one. A person born in India on or after 1st July of 1987 is considered as a citizen of India only if either of his parents is a citizen of India at the time of his birth. So here what they are telling, a person who is citizen, who was born in India, okay, after the year, that is from 1st July 1987, okay, he is considered as a citizen of India, but only if his parents is a citizen of India at the time of his birth. When a baby is getting birth, okay, after 1st July 1987, that time at the birth of that baby, the parent should be the citizen of India. Only then the baby will be acquiring the citizenship of India. Clear? Okay. Those born in India on or after 3rd December 2004 are considered citizens of India, or one of whose parents is a citizen of India and the other is not an illegal migrant at the time of their birth. So those who are born in India on or after 3rd December 2004, they are considered citizen of India. Okay. Otherwise, one of whose parents is citizen of India, either mother or father, either one will be the citizen of India and other not an illegal migrant at the time of their birth. So second one is by descent. So what is by descent? So descent is nothing but, we can say, by origin, okay, or background of a person in terms of family or nationality is called as what? Descent. Okay. A person born outside India on or after 26th January 1950 but before 10th December 1992 is a citizen of India by descent if his father was a citizen of India at the time of his birth. A person born outside India on or after 10 December 1992 is considered as a citizen of India if either of his parents is a citizen of India at the time of his birth. From 3rd December 2004 onwards, a person born outside India shall not be a citizen of India by descent unless his birth is registered at an Indian consulate within 1 year of the date of birth. So, by descent is nothing but what? The background of a person in as a family or nationality. Okay. So, first point it says when a person is born in India on or after 26th January 1950 before 10th December 1992, he is the citizen of India by descent. If his father was a citizen of India at the time of his birth, if the father of the baby is a citizen of India by that baby's birth, at the time of that birth, okay. A person born outside India when they were in foreign country, okay, outside India on or after 10th December 1992, and it is considered as a citizen of India if either of his parents is a citizen of India at the time of his birth. Okay, next one. From 3rd December 2004 onwards, a person born outside India shall not be a citizen of India by descent. So, from which year? From 3rd December 2004 onwards, if a person is born outside India, they won't be considered as what? Citizen of India by descent unless his birth is registered at an Indian consulate. Unless the baby's birth is registered in the Indian consulate. Consulate is nothing but Indian office or municipality. Okay, within 1 year of the date of birth. Next, by registration. Third one. A person of Indian origin who is ordinarily resident in any country or place outside undivided India. A person of Indian origin who is ordinarily resident in India for 7 years before making an application for registration. A person who is married to a citizen of India and is ordinarily resident in India for 7 years before making an application for registration. So each and every child which is getting birth should be registered, right? A person is Indian origin, he should be ordinarily resident in a country, in any of our country, okay, or place outside undivided country. A person of Indian origin who is ordinarily resident in India for 7 years before making an application for registration. So if we are going to register in our Indian consulate, we should be resident of our India at least for how many years? 7 years. A person who is married to a citizen of India and is ordinarily resident in India for 7 years before making an application for registration. If a person is married to Indian from foreign country and they should be in India for at least 7 years, only then they can what? They can register as a Indian in our country. Fourth one is by naturalization. The central government may, on an application, grant a certificate of naturalization to any person. So how the central government is making naturalization certificate? Let's see. If he is not a citizen of any country where citizens of India are prevented from becoming subjects or citizens of that country. So first, if a person is not a citizen of any of the country, okay, and where citizens of India are prevented from becoming subjects or citizens of that country. So this is the first reason of being naturalization, okay. A citizen of any country renounce the citizenship of that country. This is the second reason. Third reason, he has either resided in India or been in the service of a government in India or throughout the period of 12 months. So by these three conditions, he or she of a particular country or not registered of any other country can be naturalized. And he is a good character and has an adequate knowledge of language specified in the 8th schedule to the constitution. Presently, how many languages are there? 22nd languages are there. Okay. The next one is fifth point, by incorporation of territory. If any foreign territory becomes a part of India, the government of India specifies the persons who among the people of the territory shall be the citizen of India. Such persons become the citizens of India from the notified date. For example, when Pondicherry became the part of India, the government of India issued the Citizenship of Pondicherry Order 1962. Okay, if any of the territory, taking union territories, okay, is becoming the part of India, and they will be getting what? Incorporated, okay, citizenship of the particular nation. Next one, loss of Indian citizenship. We'll see how the Indian citizenship is getting lost. Okay. Part 2 of the Constitution of India, Article 5 to 11, prescribes 3 ways of losing citizenship. So there are how many ways of losing citizenship? 3 ways. First one is renunciation. So this one you have in detail. First detail you have this, okay? Loss of Indian citizenship. All these 3 points you are supposed to study. Renunciation. We will see what is renunciation. It's a voluntary act. Okay, renunciation is a voluntary act. When a person, after acquiring the citizenship of another country, gives up his or her Indian citizenship. Okay, if a person is going to some other country for work purpose, okay, for job, okay, if he is willing to stay in that country itself, what he or she will do? They will come voluntarily and they will give the citizenship. When a person, after acquiring the citizenship of another country, they will be acquiring the citizenship of another country and they have to give up their Indian citizenship. Okay, that is called as what? Renunciation. Second one is termination. What is termination? Takes place by operation of law. If a person, okay, when an Indian citizen voluntarily acquires the citizenship of another country, he or she automatically ceases to be an Indian citizen. Okay, if a person is getting citizenship voluntarily in some other country, maybe America or Singapore, Malaysia, like that, okay, if any other country they are getting citizenship voluntarily, okay, automatically what happens? Indian nationality will be terminated. Okay, next, third one is deprivation. So what is deprivation? Compulsory termination. So what is compulsory termination? The citizenship is deprived on the basis of an order of the government of India in cases involving acquisition of Indian citizenship by fraud, false representation, or being disloyal to the constitution. If a person is being disloyal to the constitution of India, or if he is doing any fraudulent activity, or if he is making false representation, and they will be compulsorily terminated from the Indian citizenship. That is called as what? Deprivation. Got clear? There are 3 ways of losing citizenship. One is what? Renunciation. Second one is termination. Third one is deprivation. Okay, children, we'll just stop up to this and we shall continue from single citizenship in the next class. Thank you and take care.